My name is Barb, and I'm a Vincentian. The main goal of St. Vincent de Paul is to help us to deepen our spirituality by serving our neighbors. For me, when something of spiritual importance happens, it's like a well opens up inside of me, and it goes deep inside and comes out in unexpected ways. One summer evening, another Vincentian and I returned to the pantry after a home visit. There was a man outside asking for food. He looked hungry, and we asked him when was the last time he had eaten. He said, 2 days ago. The look in his eye was so stark, so helpless, so needy, and so grateful that I will never forget it. We took this gentleman inside and fed him some leftovers from our meal program and provided him with what he needed and sent him on his way. But St. Vincent de Paul offers more help than just food. We offer material help as well. One evening a few years ago, we got a call from a family who had been burned out of their home and had lost everything. They had since found another place to live, but they needed help with everything else. So we went there on a home visit and was able to provide them with everything they needed: furniture, kitchen table, chairs, cookware, clothing, bedding, and even mattresses, although we don't distribute mattresses anymore. But more than that, we offer things that you can't see. We had one gentleman who called us every week, and he wanted fairly large things. He wanted a chair, he wanted a table. Now, we knew that this gentleman lived in a very tiny apartment and physically did not have room for all those things. Then it dawned on us that what he really needed was companionship. He needed somebody to care, to call him, to check up on him, to see that he had what he needed, to give him hope. So we made an agreement with him that we would call him every Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock. And if he needed anything, we would bring it to him. So we did that. And every week when we called him, he was always so surprised, and he would say, "Oh, it's you." We continued this until he moved from the community. There are so many other things that St. Vincent de Paul offers, and my fellow Vincentian Jean is going to tell you about them.
Thank you, Barb. My name is Gene Sirianni, and I am a newer member of St. Joseph's Conference of St. Vincent de Paul. Before I get to my message, I want to take care of a couple of housekeeping items. First of all, at the end of your pews, there is a card that looks like this. There's also a pencil. If, when we're finished this morning, you would care to express an interest in our conference, you can just jot a little bit of information on there and hand it to the people at the back table. You'll also have noticed that there's a truck parked in the parking lot, obviously. That truck is to collect items for the St. Vincent de Paul store. That truck will be there throughout the rest of today. Someone will be manning that truck before and during the masses the rest of today. So you may stop by anytime and drop off items. You may have heard Barb refer to our needy neighbors. If a needy neighbor contacts the St. Vincent de Paul hotline, the case will be referred to a two-person home visit team. Right now, they're not doing it at home or doing it by telephone conference, but that team will take all the information they can from the individual, and they will try to provide immediate help, whatever that might be. They will then refer that family or individual to area resources that may be available. Then the team will continue to follow up with that family or individual to see that the steps that are recommended are followed as much as possible. The ultimate objective, as Barb indicated, is to assist this family down the road, not just their immediate needs, but their future. You might ask, where does St. Vincent de Paul get its resources to do all of this? Well, of course, there are funds that are donated. You may donate cash or otherwise. You may also donate clothing and household items for the store. The store is the key element to the St. Vincent de Paul operation in terms of funding. The store also funds the meal service or pantry or pantry for the hiring of employees and supplies that are needed for it. So where can you become involved with the St. Vincent de Paul Society? Well, you can donate to them directly in forms of cash, or you may choose to donate household goods left over from garage sales or whatever, as long as they are good quality, relatively clean items. Or you may choose to become a volunteer for our conference. You can volunteer in the pantry. You can volunteer in the meal service or the dining area. Or you could even choose to become a member of the St. Vincent de Paul Society here at St. Joseph's. There will be some individuals at the table in back to gladly answer any questions and give you further information. Well, one thing I forgot is at the back table, there are stacks of these little white slips. What's on there is a list of the things that are needed in the pantry, St. Vincent de Paul Pantry. If you're interested in donating some items to the pantry, stop by that table and grab one of these. So I thank you for your time, and I want you to know that if it's not you, then who? Thank you.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.